FedExField in Landover, Maryland. This is the National Football League. We'll see Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team taking on Goff and the Los Angeles Rams.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedExField here in Landover. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from FedExField. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Out comes Washington here offensively, and their man under center, Dwayne Haskins, the number 15 pick out of Ohio State in 2019.
Yeah, for Dwayne Haskins, a little bit of an uneven season for the former first-round pick. 7 starts as a rookie. Team went 2-5 in those games, but I did see him get better. I thought his last couple of starts were his best ones of the year. He's a guy with big potential, big arm, but remember, was just a one-year starter in college as well. Plenty of experience yet to be gained.
On first down, it's Haskins. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Haskins looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
A carry now for McKissick. And he stopped immediately there. He's brought down by Terrell Burgess. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Coming to you. Mike, check, 59.
2nd down, Haskins. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams taking the field and leading the way, the man from Cal, the former #1 overall pick, Jared Goff.
Well, it's not unusual for a team to have a little bit of a letdown after appearing in the Super Bowl. And the Rams had that Super Bowl letdown after their loss in Super Bowl 53 to New England. But it might surprise people that quarterback Jared Goff still finished 3rd in the NFL in passing yards at better than 4,600. They just want to see him cut down on the number of interceptions he threw last year, and they think the Rams can elevate their offense yet again.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Goff. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up. Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Well, they did go run, so you were right. Maybe a little more breathing room for 4th down.
Well, no one wants to be accused of playing it safe, right? But instead, they would just reverse it and say, we're playing it smart.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. On the return is Sims. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Mike, check. 59.
Here's Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. We're scoreless after one.
With no score.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses. Without
a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Goff fakes the give to Brown. He'll throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Matt Ioannidis never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They give it to Brown. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. With no gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And it's 3rd.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
I remember covering Robert Woods in college at USC, and consistent was the word that was always used about him. Maybe we should have added dependable as well. Over 1,100 yards each of the last 2 seasons. This guy studied to be an NFL wide receiver while in college and has carried that over to the NFL. A pro's pro. This guy plays as hard as anyone in the league.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just outside his own goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Five yards from the end zone, first and goal. They'll run with McKissick, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. He starts the drive by handing it to Brown. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Goff. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. A time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Haskins. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Call it a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. LA set to take over again on offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Goff. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Up until the last 5 weeks of the 2019 season, if you had said, who is Tyler Higbee, you might have got some blank stares back. But down the stretch, only Julio Jones and Michael Thomas had more targets in the final month of the 2019 season. A breakout year for Tyler Higbee. He expects to continue those types of numbers and beyond going forward.
A Ram first down as Goff finds Cup.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, Goff. It's complete to Brown, right side. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Throwing again on second down. Goff, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
You can't stop me.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game, though.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a fine first half from the Ohio State man, Dwayne Haskins. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brown, the ball carrier.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st down, Brown. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Malcolm Brown.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But when you think of the Rams and their passing game, sometimes Robert Woods gets overlooked. But if I told you he led the team in targets for the last 2 years and had 139 last year, would you be surprised? Probably. But now with Brandon Cooks gone from the roster, they'll look in his direction maybe even more. And I just love the intensity that he plays the game with. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. A shotgun snap for Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Goff throwing again. They got him in. It's Woods. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Brown. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Right back to Brown, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
The ball carrier.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at FedExField. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brown, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Goff now looks to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Matthew Ioannidis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 27-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Steven Sims now on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, Do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A carry here for the big tight end. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Here's McKissick. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
He's able to find Edmond. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They run with the former Buccaneer. It's Peyton Barber. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll go again with McKissick. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. First and 10, and they've got three tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check 59.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
Mine's telling me this team's in shape, Brandon, because that's the third down they've converted on this drive. They're locked in pretty well.
And as a defensive guy, 3 third down conversions on one drive, that makes you cringe a little, doesn't it?
Makes you do a little bit more than cringe. It can be demoralizing if you let it.
Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, earn that. To the front of this line.
59 mark, check, 59. There we go.
Haskins down to a knee, and his guys about to come away victorious.
It's a
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off,
13-yard line.
I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football. Low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.